The giraffe's neck is a biological defiance of gravity, a silent marvel of evolution stretching 6 feet toward the acacia leaves. But within this towering structure lies a hidden, deadly truth. Every single time the giraffe lowers its head for a drink, it risks a catastrophic, instantaneous death. What terrifying secret is hidden within this colossal column? And what impossible biological engineering protects this majestic creature from its own design? We view the giraffe's neck as its greatest asset, the key to inaccessible food and a perfect vantage point against predators. Yet, from a physiological standpoint, it represents a colossal, almost fatal vulnerability. This enormous height creates a series of immense, compounding challenges for its internal systems, particularly its circulatory engine. The problem is not merely lifting the neck. The problem is lifting the blood to the very top, and then, crucially, managing the devastating physics when that blood comes rushing back down. The giraffe is a masterwork of biology, but it is a masterwork constantly on the verge of disaster. Consider the simple act of a human standing up too quickly, the momentary dizziness caused by a rapid drop in blood pressure to the brain. For a giraffe, the physics are multiplied tenfold. When its head is raised, the heart must pump blood vertically against the relentless pull of gravity across 6 feet, requiring immense pressure. However, the real danger is when the giraffe swiftly lowers its head to drink. If the blood pressure weren't managed instantaneously, the sudden downward rush of blood would explode the delicate capillaries in the brain, leading to an immediate, fatal brain hemorrhage or a blackout severe enough to leave it vulnerable to attack. The act of drinking is, literally, a life-and-death maneuver. To overcome the gravity trap, the giraffe possesses a heart unlike any other creature on Earth. Its heart is a powerhouse, often weighing around 25 pounds, with walls up to 4 inches thick. It pumps blood at a pressure that is almost double that of a typical mammal. This immense pressure is the engine of necessity, required simply to ensure a baseline supply of oxygen reaches the brain when the head is fully raised. The heart is a hypertrophied marvel, constantly operating at a level that would induce severe hypertension and organ damage in nearly any other species. The most elegant and secretive solution to the gravity problem lies not in the heart, but in the neck itself, particularly near the brain. This is the Rete Mirabile, or wonderful net. When the giraffe lowers its head, the blood pressure instantly surges. The Rete Mirabile, a dense network of tiny blood vessels, acts as a colossal pressure regulator. It acts like a sponge or a complex baffle system, slowing the rush of blood and ensuring that only a managed, non-catastrophic pressure reaches the sensitive brain tissue. This hidden net is the definitive piece of evolutionary genius, the silent guardian that prevents the giraffe from literally dying every time it takes a sip of water. The circulatory challenge is not confined to the neck's interior. It also affects the legs. The high internal blood pressure required to pump blood up the neck would naturally pool in the slender legs, potentially causing massive swelling, edema, and bursting capillaries. The giraffe's solution is a natural, unyielding structure, its skin and fascia. The skin on the lower legs is exceptionally thick, tight, and fibrous, acting like a natural compression corset or a biological anti-gravity suit. This external pressure contains the massive internal fluid pressure, protecting the delicate tissues and preventing the legs from turning into swollen, non-functional sacs of fluid. To ensure blood flows in the right direction and doesn't simply drain back down the massive neck when the heart relaxes, the giraffe utilizes a sophisticated series of one-way valves within its jugular veins. These valves are silent sentinels, snapping shut at key moments to prevent the backflow of blood, maintaining directional flow and ensuring the heart's immense effort is not wasted. This system, while present in other species, is engineered for extreme verticality, a subtle but critical component of the anti-gravity plumbing required for its towering life. The neck's length creates anatomical nightmares for more than just the blood. Consider the recurrent laryngeal nerve. In mammals, this nerve runs from the brain, down into the chest, loops around a major artery near the heart, and then travels all the way back up to the larynx, voice box. In a human, this nerve might be a few inches long. In a giraffe, this nerve can be up to 15 feet long, taking an absurd, unnecessary detour that wastes valuable nervous energy and time. This anatomical quirk, shared by all mammals, highlights the profound, sometimes clumsy, limits of evolution. It builds upon the existing framework, even when that framework results in a wildly inefficient design. Why endure such complexity and near-fatal risk? The accepted theory is that the neck evolved in an evolutionary arms race for access to the topmost, most nutrient-rich acacia leaves, which are beyond the reach of competing browsers. This specialized food source drove the physiological risks. However, a darker theory suggests the neck's true primary purpose was sexual selection, the necking ritual. Males use their massive necks and heavy ossicones as powerful clubs to strike opponents. In this view, the neck is primarily a weapon of courtship, and the height that allows it to feed is merely a beneficial side effect. The true secret of the neck might be violence, not vegetation. The giraffe pays a continuous, physical price for its height. The simple act of bending down to drink only for a few moments, or standing up too quickly, is a major energy drain and a significant risk. The entire body is a finely balanced system operating near its maximum capacity. The extreme adaptations are not signs of effortless elegance, but necessary, continuous structural burdens imposed by its size. The graceful towering form is, in truth, an engineering challenge that the animal must conquer anew with every beat of its powerful heart. The giraffe's neck forces us to confront the profound, sometimes contradictory, nature of life's design. It is a biological marvel that simultaneously contains a profound, almost fatal vulnerability. The Rete Mirabile, the mighty heart, and the compression socks of its skin are layers of specialized protection built to defy the simple, relentless truth of physics. It is a system built not for comfort, but for the absolute necessity of survival at extreme verticality. We began by questioning the hidden problem within the towering neck, and we found a biological system operating at the edge of catastrophe. Every movement is a calculated risk. Every sip of water is an act of defiance against gravity and hemorrhage, protected by a network of silent, brilliant physiological secrets. The giraffe reminds us that true elegance often hides a profound, constant struggle against the fundamental laws of the universe. The savanna continues to watch, and the great neck continues to rise and fall, defying physics with every beat. What hidden, magnificent flaw is the engine of your own greatest strength?